Have you ever had that feeling, that something's just a little off? Like when someone's telling you a story and their words are saying one thing, but their eyes are doing that shifty thing? We've all been there. Well, today, we're going to learn how to be detectives of deception. No magnifying glasses needed, just good old-fashioned conversation skills. We're diving into the world of indirect questioning, where you can uncover the truth without even having to ask directly. Get ready to be amazed, because we're about to unlock the secrets of reading between the lines. Welcome to our guide on detecting deception through smart questioning. Okay, let's be honest, sometimes asking a direct question is like trying to open a pickle jar that's been sealed for a century. That's where the beauty of indirect questioning comes in. Instead of asking someone point blank, "Did you eat the last cookie?" Try a more subtle approach, something like, "Hey, what happened to that delicious cookie that was on the counter? See the difference?" You're not accusing, you're simply curious. This encourages them to open up, to tell the story their way. And trust me, people love to talk about themselves. You'll be surprised by what they reveal when they think they're not under the microscope. It's like you're casually strolling hand in hand with the truth, rather than chasing it down a dark alley. So the next time you suspect someone might be fibbing, just remember, be cool, be curious, and let the indirect questions do the work for you. All right, detectives, now that we've mastered the art of the indirect question, it's time to dig for those revealing details. Here's the thing. When someone's telling the truth, the details are usually clear and consistent. But when they're trying to weave a tale, that's when the cracks start to show. So don't be afraid to ask follow-up questions. If they mention something that piques your interest, gently probe further. You could say, "Oh, that's interesting, tell me more about that part." And here's a little trick. Pay attention to their body language when they're answering. Remember, consistency is key. If their story keeps changing every time you circle back, it might be time to raise an eyebrow. Sometimes the most powerful tool in your detective kit isn't a question at all. It's silence. Think about it. When you ask someone a question, especially one they might not want to answer truthfully, that silence after their response can feel like an eternity. And that's when the magic happens. See, most people are uncomfortable with silence. It feels awkward, like they need to fill the void. And that's when they might blurt out something they didn't intend to. So, the next time you're in a conversation and you sense something's amiss, try this. After they answer, just pause. Count to 5 in your head. You might be surprised by what spills out. It could be a nervous laugh, a contradictory detail, or even a full-blown confession. All right, let's talk about hypotheticals. Those what-if scenarios that we love to play out in our minds. Well, they can also be incredibly useful for uncovering the truth. Here's the thing. When you ask a hypothetical question, you're taking the pressure off the person you're talking to. For example, instead of asking, "Did you borrow my sweater without asking?" You could try, hypothetically speaking, if someone were to borrow a sweater without asking, what do you think the consequences should be? See how that works? It's indirect, it's engaging, and it gets them thinking about the situation from a different perspective. So the next time you're trying to get to the bottom of something, don't be afraid to get hypothetical. It's a fun and effective way to uncover the truth without even asking directly. Have you ever noticed how our memories can be a little fuzzy sometimes? It's like trying to remember the exact ingredients of a delicious sandwich you ate a week ago. Well, this is especially true when someone's trying to maintain a lie. Over time, those little details can start to slip, and that's where we, as truth-seeking detectives, can really shine. Here's the trick. Revisit the conversation later, maybe a few days or even a week later, and casually bring up the topic again. Ask a question related to the original story, but phrase it slightly differently. Do they hesitate? Do they stumble over their words? Do they contradict something they said earlier? These inconsistencies, however small, can be telltale signs that something's not adding up. And sometimes, all it takes is a little time, a keen eye for detail, and a dash of curiosity to uncover the truth. Now, before we wrap things up, let's take a moment to talk about the bigger picture. Because while it's fun to play detective, it's important to remember that life isn't always a game of Clue. See, people are complex. We all have our reasons for doing the things we do, and sometimes those reasons aren't always pretty. So while these techniques can be helpful for spotting deception, it's crucial to use them with empathy and understanding. Just because someone exhibits a few of these signs doesn't automatically make them a liar. Maybe they're just nervous, or maybe, just maybe, they have a different perspective on the situation. The most important thing is to approach every conversation with an open mind and a willingness to listen. Well, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed into the fascinating world of indirect communication and learned some sneaky good tactics for detecting deception. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. What are your go-to methods for sniffing out a fib? Share your detective tips and tricks in the comments below. And if you found these insights helpful, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the What If Chronicles for more thought-provoking content. What techniques have you used or noticed in conversations? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.